Welcome to the Global War Watch Network. If you're into getting the real story behind the world's evolving security landscape, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss a thing.
Okay, check this out. On November 27th, 2025, the Polish Army is set to get a brand new helicopter. Now, I know what you're thinking. One helicopter, big deal, right? But this single delivery is way more than that. It's a huge strategic jump for Poland and a massive signal to the rest of Europe. This isn't just about a new piece of kit. It's about a nation deciding to become a military powerhouse on its own terms.
So, to really get why this is such a game changer, we first need to look at the problem Poland was dealing with. Their helicopter fleet was in some serious need of an upgrade.
For decades, Poland's military has been flying a real mixed bag of helicopters, mostly from the Soviet era, plus some of their own early designs. We're talking about workhorses like the Mi-2, the legendary Mi-24 Hind, and their homegrown W-3 Sokol. And look, they did the job, but a lot of these birds have been in the air for over 30 years. You can just imagine the logistical nightmare, trying to find spare parts, keeping them all flying. It was creating a serious capability gap on a modern battlefield.
And the upgrade here is just massive. Just compare the old Sokol, which first flew way back in 1979, with the brand new AW149. That's a 30-year leap in technology. The AW149 is faster, it can carry way more troops, and it can lift a lot more weight. But honestly, the real game changer is its ability to survive. In today's world, with all the sophisticated threats out there, having a modern defensive suite, with radar and missile warnings, that's literally the difference between getting the mission done and not coming home.
So, the big question is, how did Poland manage to pull this off so fast while also boosting its own industry? Well, the answer is a really smart two-phase strategy. The plan was actually pretty simple, but totally effective. Phase 1 was all about speed. Get the new choppers into the hands of soldiers as fast as possible. So the first 10 were built in Italy. But Phase 2? Well, that's the long game. The next 22 are being built from the ground up, right in Poland. This means all that crucial technology, all that expertise gets transferred directly to their own people.
And the speed of this whole thing is just incredible. The contract gets signed in July 2022, and the first helicopters are on the ground just 15 months later. The Polish production line opens less than a year after that, and they'll deliver their very first home-built helicopter by November 2025. This is not some slow bureaucratic process. This is a country on a mission.
Now, getting new gear is great, but the real grand prize for Poland here is building a powerful, self-reliant defense industry right at home.
We are talking about a serious financial commitment. Over 8 billion zloty. That's a huge amount of money. But you gotta understand, this isn't just a shopping trip. It's a massive capital injection directly into Poland's own industrial base, specifically their PZL Swidnik plant. It's a direct investment in Polish jobs, technology, and their own future security.
And this is so much more than just a factory for bolting parts together. Poland is building what's called a full technological chain. So what does that mean? It means they can do everything in-house, integrating complex systems, fitting weapons, testing, future upgrades, and all the maintenance for the entire life of the helicopter. They're not just buying a product, they're buying the whole recipe. They're buying control.
And this quote from Poland's Deputy Prime Minister just hits the nail on the head. In a world where supply chains can break at any moment, being able to build and maintain your own critical military hardware isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a matter of national survival.
Okay, so the AW149 is clearly a huge deal. But you need to know it's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. It fits into this very deliberate, very ambitious plan to completely rebuild Poland's entire helicopter force.
So here's the master plan. The AW149 becomes the go-to workhorse for moving troops and general utility stuff. For pure attack power, taking out tanks and supporting troops on the ground, they're getting 96 of the legendary AH-64E Apache. That's the best there is. And for the really heavy lifting and maritime missions, they're bringing in the powerful AW101 Merlin. It's a complete vision, covering every single need with top-tier aircraft.
Now, you might have noticed the Black Hawk on that list, with the procurement halted status. That wasn't an accident. It was a calculated move. Poland decided to pull the plug on buying 32 Blackhawks. The official reason was a reassessment of priorities, but really, the goal was to double down, to go all in on building up their own domestic production with Leonardo. It was a clear signal of their priorities.
So what does all of this add up to? Well, it's nothing short of a total transformation for Poland on the world stage. It's a shift from being just a customer to being a creator.
This really shows the whole story.
For years, Poland was just an importer of older, foreign tech. Now, it's becoming a producer of advanced, NATO-standard military hardware. And this isn't just about defending their own borders. It's about becoming a serious player in the global defense market, a hub for the whole region, and maybe even an exporter of this amazing technology.
So it all leads to this one big question. Is Poland becoming Europe's next military-industrial powerhouse? When you look at the strategy, the investment, and the sheer speed they're moving at, it's pretty hard to say no. All the signs are pointing in one direction. Thank you so much for your time. If you found this explainer valuable, please do us a favor and like, share, and of course subscribe to the Global War Watch Network. We'd really love to hear what you think, so drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And hey, join the conversation on our social media channels. All the links for that are right there in the description.